Question number 27. Which bar graph best represents the equatorial diameters of the 8 planets of our solar system? This question is really just an earth science reference table question. Nobody expects you to remember the size of the planets or the diameters of the planets, or some of you should probably know Jupiter's the largest, Saturn's right behind it. They're both gas giants. Uranus and Neptune are ice giants, and the inner planets are rocky planets, and they are significantly smaller. So immediately from that, things that you already should know is you cancel out 3. They don't get larger as you go out. Also, Uranus and Neptune are pretty large. So this is not going to be the correct answer. They're too small. So it's definitely between 2 and 1. So if we go to the reference table on page 15, you can look and find equatorial diameter. It tells you how big they are, and like I said, the inside ones are kind of small. Then you get the Jupiter's gigantic, and Saturn's right behind it, and Uranus and Neptune are, about a third the size of Jupiter. And the trick here is really check out the numbers. We know that Jupiter is 142 kilometers in diameter. So when we come back to our answers, we look at Jupiter, we slide up about 142. Jupiter, we slide up about 142. Okay, so that works. Let's come back and let's check Earth. All right, Earth. It's about 12.7. Let's just say 13,000 kilometers. We go back to our exam. We go to Earth, and we got about 13. That looks right. This looks a little high, more like closer to 20. So we're not just going to test one thing. We got to test more than once, just like any real scientist would. Let's check Neptune. Neptune is 49, but let's just say for our test, it's 50 kilometers, 50,000 kilometers. We're over here, and Neptune is 100. That's way too big, so that can't be the answer. Let's make sure for number 1 that Neptune is right. Neptune, you come up, slide over, it hits 50, so this has to be the correct answer. When you have the reference table, and if you're using it correctly, it's pretty easy to get this question right. Some of you will be able to recognize this off the top of your head, and it should be easy, and hopefully you can move on real quick from this one.